Have Samsung delayed the launch of One UI 8 so they can sell more folds and flips? Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. I've been seeing a narrative pop up online since Samsung's announcement about One UI 8 that they have intentionally delayed the launch of One UI 8 to a more widespread audience to try and sell more folds and flips. What a load of nonsense. Let's give some historical context to where this discussion is coming from. Earlier in the year, Samsung launched One UI 7 with the Galaxy S25 series. The full launch of One UI 7 was delayed to the wider Samsung device ecosystem. One, because Samsung found a few bugs and some software issues that needed to be pushed back so they could iron them out and make it better. But two, it was a massive overhaul of Samsung's entire user interaction system. It then came months later to all the other devices, and it's very stable. They literally overhauled everything, from the animations, to the quick panel, to the settings. The whole thing was thrown out and almost starting again. The narrative back then was that Samsung delayed One UI 7 so they could sell more Galaxy S25s. That was wrong then, and it's still wrong now. It did have a little bit more substance back then, though, than what this new one does. Because of how different One UI 7 was to One UI 6, there was at least an argument there that there was a reason to upgrade to the S25 for all of the new features that One UI 7 brought. You had Now Brief, you had Audio Eraser, you had log video recording. They were all new features that the S25 series had exclusively for a while with One UI 7. The Now Brief, I guess, is still one of them. They all made that argument just a little bit more compelling. But then when you start to really think about how the general phone user pays attention to software updates, and by pays attention, I mean they don't pay attention to software updates, then that argument falls apart because the increase in sales that might come from people who are in the know would be negligible at best, because those people know that a software update will be coming to their phone, so why would then they go out and upgrade just for the software alone? You're upgrading for more than software. You're upgrading for new hardware, new processing. That is all part of it as well. It wasn't really a sound strategy if that was the strategy they decided to take, because eventually it would just annoy their loyal user base. It was more done in an effort to ensure that the One UI 7 change was done as smoothly and as effectively as possible for the best possible user experience. And off the back of all the feedback and the negativity that they got, they rushed through One UI 8 to get it back in line with Android updates and do something they've never done, especially recently. They have never launched a full version of Android with the mid-season launch. The July hardware, folds and flips recently, has always been getting a 0.1.1 One UI update as opposed to a full version of Android and a new One UI version. So with fold and flip this year, Android 16 came with the fold and the flip, also bringing One UI 8.0. The S25, we've got it here, has been in beta with One UI 8 for a while. We have got, I guess you could say, pretty close to what I would consider a final version on our S25, not a beta version, not one that's meant for consumers, some sort of internal build. And it runs great. So we kind of know what One UI 8 is about because we've had it for a while. Officially though, Samsung haven't really communicated anything outside of the 4 betas that have come out. And this week, they officially communicated the expansion of the beta, which you can go check out that video up here or in the description, and also the official timeline for the full release starting in September. Cue outrage for some reason. As I film this, it's August, which means that the full version being talked about for September is only a few weeks away. Like a few weeks, not months, not years, weeks. That outrage is stemming from the fact that people have seen these builds that look final, have all the same features. On here, I've got features like Instant Audio Eraser, which, bring that down now. When you press on that, you can see the little Instant Audio Eraser icon pop up. That's a final version feature that's on the fold. So people see these builds, they go, look how final that looks. Look how well that's all running. All the features are running great. And they're immediately jumping to the fact that Samsung should just release that build everywhere. But these builds were never made for public consumption. These aren't designed for the general user to be using yet. So whilst they might look final, they might have hidden bugs that you and I can't distinguish and find out yet because we're not engineers and we're not software developers. To me, it looks ready. But like I said, I don't design these things. One internal build doesn't mean it's ready for millions of smartphone users. It just means it's being tested vigorously to make sure it meets the demands of an everyday life of a consumer. Things might pop up, and Samsung will want it to be ready fully for the consumer to be using. The other part where this argument falls apart is a fold and flip customer is not upgrading from a slab phone just for One UI. If they are choosing to upgrade from a slab to a foldable, it's for the hardware and for the software experience that only a foldable can give you. There is software on a fold that no matter how many software updates a slab phone gets, the slab will never get those software features. Things like taskbar, things like flex mode. That sort of stuff will never make it across to a slab because this doesn't fold. And then I guess the main point is that One UI 8 is not far removed from One UI 7. It's effectively the same software. You still have this notifications, you still have the same quick panel, a lot of the same animations are there, slightly refined, and basically the same feature set, give or take a few, which we have broken down all of the new features on many videos already on the channel, and you can go check them out or even visit our website. And even then, all those refinements and new features that One UI 8 has brought, you're going to get them in just 4 weeks' time. So no, Samsung are not delaying One UI 8 on the S25 series to try and sell more folds. It's a very ridiculous statement, and one that I had to make a video to talk about to make sure people that are sitting there festering with anger calm down a little bit, because it's not the case. It's one that Samsung isn't even adopting as a strategy, because there is absolutely no marketing out there. Upgrade to Fold 7 now to get One UI 8. It would be a silly one, and that's why they're not doing it. But then only for them to release a statement that then says One UI 8 is officially coming in. Let me just check. Yep, still just a few weeks away. Hasn't changed. Don't fall for faux outrage online. People like to do this to try and generate engagement on their social media. All props to them. Go for it. I don't have an issue with if that's what you want to do to generate interest. What I'm telling you, though, is don't believe it, because it's not true. Stay positive and just stay patient, because it's not far away. Like I said, if you want to know all about the update, we've got all the information you need to know on the channel somewhere. You can go check it out. And on our website, extensive coverage on there as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.